But now we have a Twitch streamer last week being accused of the same thing as these two women are, retroactively removing consent. So consent is this woman's going to say, I consented during, but afterwards I tried to negotiate a relationship or negotiate something afterwards. I didn't get it. Now I feel different about the experience. So pardon me if I get these people's names wrong. The Twitch streamer in question here is an Asian man named Sykkuno. So he is a Twitch streamer or a streamer who is very popular. I don't know anything about him, but shout out to him. No disrespect. This woman here said that Sykkuno, because he was famous, she shared a hotel room with him in Las Vegas during some event. She chose to share a hotel room during an event in Las Vegas, and then he clapped them cheeks. Well, she slobbed him down the first night. He clapped him cheeks the second time with no protection, rawski, and cream pied her. Okay. He cream pied this ling. All right. Now,
what kind of fuck you give me?
Okay. He cream pied this ling. All right. And she gave it up to him mainly because, well, she's going to explain the power dynamics that was there. And now she's trying to rationalize after the fact, jump on Al Gore's internet in the court of public opinion, and then say that she removing consent. All right. So, of course, these are two young people. So this is how young people are not taught these responsibilities about intimacy. This is a 12-minute video. We're not going to play the entire video, but we will pause for time to actually provide criticism, constructive criticism, and so forth. She has put his face out here, and now she's going to play the victim about how the experience went. Let's play the video. Sykkuno's 35. Okay. And the woman here, I believe, is in her early 20s. All right. She's in her early 20s, I believe around 23. Okay. So he's got an age gap here. Here we go.
I went to Evo Las Vegas alone, but I wasn't alone. I shared a hotel room with Sykkuno.
All right. Spit it.
But I didn't know that he had other intentions.
Okay. So she shared a hotel room. She didn't know he had other intentions. Y'all heard her.
And I didn't ask him to share a room with me. I just simply asked him, hey, are you going to Evo Las Vegas? He said yes. And I said, oh, I'm trying to go this year. I'm looking at hotels and everything's so expensive. Do you pretty much have like any recommendations? Like, I know he lives in Las Vegas. And he said, oh, you're planning on coming. I actually have room if you just want to like room with me. And I said, and I at first was not against it. I was like, are you sure? Like, no, I don't want to intrude. Like, I don't mind getting my own hotel and all this. Like, I was insistent on being like, oh no, it's fine. And then he said, no, like, I have extra room. I already paid for it. And I even asked him, I'm like, are you rooming with a group or with friends? And he said, no, but there's 2 beds. So like, you'll get your own bed, you know, like
let me stop her right there. Let me stop it right here. We talked about the case with Desiree Washington that put Mike Tyson in prison, right? It's the similar scenario. You went to a man's hotel room. Ladies, gentlemen, let's just get this straight. If you volunteer to go to a hotel room, you volunteering to get your cheeks clapped, or that's what the person intends to happen. The male intends that to happen. He invited you to a hotel room. He intends to clap them cheeks. You were dry begging. Oh, you live in Vegas? Do you know any places with discounts where you can get this? And she's trying to act like I wasn't trying to press upon you that you could share a room with me. Everybody knows what she's doing is plausible deniability. She's trying to plausibly deny that she's leading this guy on and trying to lead him into this situation. We're not going to play dumb here. When a person does that, that's dry begging, that's trying to lead him in to say, you can stay with me. You can stay in my room. You can stay at my house. You can share here. So that's what she was doing. And now she was like, I really didn't know. Plausible deniability. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on it. Let's continue. Yeah, exactly.
So I took his offer.
You took his offer. Now that means you know that he might press up on you. You took his offer to go to a hotel room with 1 bed, 2 bed. I don't give a fuck what it is. A suite. You took his offer. So yeah, that's pretty much telling us what you intended to do. But let's continue.
Being a dumbass, I took his offer.
Okay.
But I did later. I even offered to pay him back. I said,
later,
how much should I save up for accommodations? And he said, oh, no, you don't have to pay me back.
Okay, so all men pay. And also, if a man offers you something for free, just know it ain't for free. If I give you clothes, shoes, vacations, dinners, and trips, and offers to stay at my hotel room behind closed doors. This is not free. You're going to have to pay with something.
I looked at it as I have an ATM between my legs, and I'm
leaving here with something.
It. All I got to do is put my card in.
Right.
And that's it. And put the PIN number, and boom.
If women want to deny this, you're playing a dangerous game. Go ahead and deny it. Not all men think that way. Go ahead and deny it. All right. And see what happens to you. See what happens to your daughters and your nieces. All right. For coming out here acting stupid. She even said, I was a dumbass. If a guy offers you something, it ain't for free. He wants something generally where he wants it today or tomorrow or next week or next year. He leaving here with something. Let's continue.
Like, I already have room for the hotel. You don't have to pay me back. So yeah, I
this woman up.
Shared a room with Sykkuno.
Jeez.
At Evil Las Vegas.
Plus, it's Las Vegas. Come on, bro. It's Vegas.
And we had plans to watch a movie together. We had plans to watch a horror movie together. Until Dawn. That movie's ass. Actually, I didn't even get to finish it, but that movie's ass. He has a hotel even though he was in Vegas. Yes.
Come on, speed it up. Come on, Ling. Spit it out.
We were watching the movie.
Okay.
And he started to get very angsty or something. I don't know how to explain it, but he pretty much tried to make a move on me. And I was fully trying to say, like, I'm just here to watch a movie. Like, I'm
okay. So here we go right here. Okay. Now, this is the difficulty here. I know she's young. We should be mature enough to handle this. She's trying to play innocent. We know she's already had sex before him. She admits this. Oh, he gets angsty. He's trying to make a move on me. That's your time to stand up and say, like, look, let's draw the line and then get your credit card up and dip. That was your chance, but you didn't do it. And you let him play the and wrap the hands around here. You're on the same bed and you're watching a movie in a Las Vegas hotel. Stop the cap. You already knew what time it was. It was time to get out these draws until dawn. All right. And now you didn't finish the movie. Why? Because I'm going to guarantee you didn't have time to finish the movie.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right. That's what it was. All right. Because. Okay. Let's continue here. This is a long, drawn out video. Sorry for this, but here we go.
I'm just here to watch the movie.
So you're going to take up his space, sit up in the hotel room. I'm just here to watch a movie. Blue balling him. Come on, man. We got to be more mature than this. Spit it out. Oh, my goodness. Is there an edited video of this?
But me being a dumbass and not being very like
assertive, clear.
What's the word?
Assertive. Clear.
Very strong.
Yes, assertive.
Like mentally, not
and verbally.
Physically, I mean like
that's your fault.
Like maybe this is a people pleaser in me, but
people please.
And maybe I don't know, benefit of the doubt, or because I still thought he was cute, or I don't know.
So she was attracted to him. This is giving consent. It's going down the line of you were there, you knew what time it was. Let's continue.
He tried to make a move on me, resolute. I don't know, but he made a move on me,
and
it did take like 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Wow, I don't want to share that. I don't like sharing this on.
Of course, now because you look bad. She don't like sharing it. 30 minutes. 30 minutes of him making a move. 30 minutes of interaction. 30 minutes of him following you. 30 minutes of him stroking your hair, kissing your neck, kissing your lips. 30 minutes, and you said nothing. You didn't say no. You didn't kick, scream, or cry. You didn't pack your bag. You didn't get up and run. You just sat there, and you said because he was cute. He was cute. And you let it go on. Let's continue. And now she don't want to talk about it because now she knows she looked bad. And I'm pretty sure her damn comment section, her chat lighting her ass up. Let's continue.
This is like so personal.
It's personal. Okay.
Like, I don't talk about my intimate life at all. But I don't sleep with anyone that I'm not dating.
Okay.
And it didn't happen that night.
What?
I didn't want it to happen.
Okay.
So instead, I just gave him oral.
Bruh. Okay.
Oh, the humanity.
Okay. So let me get this straight. It's going to take a while to unwind this shit because she out here making a 12-minute video. I thought I wasn't going to show you the whole thing. So You went to his hotel room in Las Vegas. You agreed to stay in his room. You were watching a movie. He made a move on you. For 30 minutes, he's following and kissing on you and slobbing on you. You say, well, I don't want to have sex with people that I don't have a relationship with, a.k.a. she's leveraging the relationship. She really wants a relationship with this guy. So she's using the intimacy to get it. This is her fault. You can't use it like the previous black woman that said, oh, okay, all right, I hooked up with him and now I'm going to glow up because of this. You didn't get the relationship. So now you're trying to see if you can get a relationship out of this famous Twitch TikToker. All right. And now you're like, all right, let me leverage that. And you pull back and you said, I'll only drop that neck. All right. And you drop that neck.
It's barbecue
on the first night. All right. You drop that neck on the first night instead. Okay. And you came back to the hotel room. We're going to get to that. She came back the next night. Let's continue. Let's continue here. She dropped that neck.
Okay. And then when he fell asleep, I got out of bed and I just ate a banana and I was just staring out the window. I was dissociating.
So he fell asleep. He definitely nutted in your mouth. You fell asleep. He fell asleep and you ate a banana. I guess them tonsils wasn't enough challenge there. He is an Asian man, so you went for the banana next. Let's continue.
I think I was straight up just dissociating.
Disassociate.
And I'm like, what the fuck happened?
What happened?
Just happened.
You knew what happened.
And then in the morning,
you were still there. You didn't leave.
I barely slept that night.
She barely.
Then in the morning,
what happened?
He didn't really want to talk about it.
Should have talk about.
And I was just kind of trying to open it up and talk to him about like what happened.
Man, we know what happened. We're grown ass adults. We know what happened. You slobbed on that knob. Hi, how are you? And now she wants to bring it up. What happened? Let's talk about it. I don't need a replay. Let's do it again. All right. What are we talking about it? What does this mean? And where are we going? And what? What do we talk about? All right, let's continue. Sorry for the long ass video. Let's talk about it.
And then we were going to talk about it, I don't know, later or something.
Yeah,
I don't know,
but
later, I can't remember. But
you can't remember.
He ends up hugging me.
Okay. And what happened? A cups.
But then pushes me onto the bed.
What? Okay.
I like to get dominated.
So the next day, y'all was talking. You don't remember what happened. It was a blur. But then he hugged you and pushed you on the bed. Okay, let me see what happens next here. He just pushed you on the bed and you just gave in. All right, let's continue. You about to know what's about to happen now. Patty's about to get peeled off. All right, he don't want a duck sick no more. He want the whole watery guts. Here we go.
From the hug.
He put you on the bed.
And
here come the tears.
We end up having sex.
You had sex.
And
he busted. Got them guts. Spit it out.
I didn't have it in me to tell him to stop. So I just let it happen. And while this was happening, while we were doing it,
what?
I always wear protection and I only sleep with people I'm in a relationship with. So
except tonight. Yeah, you can do that when the dude's not famous. But when the dude's famous, all of a sudden he going raw. He don't need a relationship. Rules for thee, not so yeah, rules for him, but not for him. All right. Your other dudes you were in a relationship with weren't famous and rich. He's famous and rich. Now you disassociated. So while he was digging you out, what were you doing? Just laying there? I didn't have the nerve to say stop because you were moaning. You were getting your hair pulled back. He was smacking you on the ass. He was digging you out. You were gripping this motherfucking back. All right. You were enjoying it. You were getting throttled. And she's going to say this. She was enjoying it. The previous woman, I enjoyed it. The other woman that I showed you, she enjoyed it while it was happening. But now she wants to talk about it after the fact. So let's talk about this. He then went raw into you, no protection. You did not say no. She said, I didn't say no. I didn't have it in me. Ma'am, we're mature adults. We're not kids anymore. You stayed in the hotel room with a man that you knew was in a relationship, not with you. And you sucked him off the next day, the previous night. And the next day, you getting dug out. Come on, man.
I like to get dominated.
Come on, bro.
So I'm not used to one night stands or anything like that.
You are now.
But we were not using protection, and I'm legally hard of hearing. If you guys don't know already.
She's hard of hearing now. Again, bro, where's the violin? Now you hard of hearing. But guess what he was hearing? I'm going to show you what he was hearing right here. He was hearing this. And I know he an Asian guy, so I'm just pretty sure it was like, and then roar. All right. It probably wasn't long. Now you heard it. She said she deaf. I didn't hear nothing. This is what he heard. All right. So just want to tell you, I'm pretty sure you're watching this. This is what he heard. Let's continue. Oh, let's continue.
But in the heat of the moment, he asked me if it was safe, and I didn't hear him, but I just said, mm-hmm.
Okay, wait a minute, bro. Wait. God, man, I'm not laughing at this situation, but you were hard of hearing. He asked you if it was safe. You said, mm-hmm. You said, mm-hmm. Wow. So what do you think it was safe to do? Nut in you? I'm assuming he was wanting to ask, are you on birth control so I can nut in you real quick? Because it's coming quick. All right, we don't got time to have a discussion. We should have discussed this beforehand, but here we are as we lay. She basically said, I didn't hear him though, but I answered. Okay, let's continue. She's saying she deaf. But how did you know what he asked you if you were deaf? Okay, so anyway.
And he finished inside of me, and
Roar!
then that was it. And
That was
then
it?
we just laid there for a little bit, and then I brought it up. I asked him.
All right, here's the killjoy now. This is where women got to be more mature. You didn't let this nigga push and shove, nut, go raw in you and nut inside your belly button. Now you want to talk about it. Killjoy, he done went and passed out, laid down. He out here counting notches on his belt. He was like, that's number 375 Asian bitches that I done boned because I'm a celebrity. He don't want to talk. Now you want to have a conversation about it. Killjoy, what does this mean? And where are we going? And why did you nut in me? This is all the thing is she said yes. And by the way, for people who are mad at this woman, they posted here. You know what Twitter does this? They post a little post right here below it. These people even agree. Readers added context. They think people might want to know. The woman in this video describes giving verbal consent, yeah and yes, to the sexual acts and only expressing regret later upon learning he had a girlfriend. So they even know that the comment section lighten her ass up too, bruh. They lighten her ass the fuck up. That nobody agrees that she's a victim here. She heard hotel, free hotel, celebrity. He's a celebrity in her mind. Potential relationship. She rolled the dice on it and lost. Crapped out. Only thing she got was nutted in. And now here she is on Al Gore's internet trying to play the victim again. And then she lost that battle too. Because people, we have equality. This is not a Me Too case. Now she wants to talk. Let's get to it.
I asked him straight up, when was your last relationship? And do you sleep around often? Like, is this normal for you? Because I told him straight up,
when
I do not date with people. I do not sleep with people I do not date.
When did you tell him this? After he nutted in you and your mouth, or beforehand? Now, any woman that asks these dumbass questions afterwards, this is your fault. You should have asked me that beforehand. And I would have lied, but I probably wouldn't have lied. Now you want to know how many girls he hooks up with. Like I said, he's famous Twitch streamer. You're number 350. And you ain't the last one tonight. I'm pretty sure once you leave the hotel room, he gonna have another one lined up tonight. Okay. This is what he does. This is what comes with fame. And this is what pisses women off. You ain't the only one, baby. You ain't special. You ain't special. Neither was the experience. Yo, play your role. Know your role and shut your mouth. Play your role. You know what time it was. I get women to come up to the hotel room and to the crib all the time. And the reason we're in the hotel room is because I got a girlfriend at the crib. All right, let's continue. And you knew this, by the way. She knew this. She knew what time it was. Let's continue.
I do not sleep with people that I do not date.
False. Let's continue. You can tell us that, man. But I've been with a lot of lings before. This is false, but let's continue.
That is just a moral of mine.
A moral. Now we got morality here.
I find it very intimate with whoever. So, and I don't actually have. I've only ever slept with 3 people.
I find it absolutely fascinating that she can get up here and people get up here, women get up here and they start playing this moral lie, virtue signaling, I'm a victim. And they just sit up there and tell you they only been sleeping with so and so many people. I can count as many people I slept with on one hand. But this dude was able to, in 24 hours, go in your throat and then finish in your guts. How did he do that? How did that happen? Like, how did that happen? You'd have to explain that. You lived until 24 years, right? Let's say from 14 to 24, you only slept with 3 men. How did he get in your guts without the relationship? Just that easily. This is, but he's the man. Yeah. Okay. Well, whose fault is that? That's not his fault that he was able to jump over the cow jumps over the moon. Okay. He was able to beat that algorithm. He beat the algorithm, and you said yes multiple times. You never said no. You said yes, but now it stings you that you didn't get a relationship. Let's continue.
Well, for now, but I've only been in 3 relationships. So it was very new to me. I've never had a one-night stand or anything like that. So I asked him, I'm like, is this normal for you? Like,
it is normal for me. Yes. This is like a handshake to me. What do you want?
Do you sleep around a lot? And he said, no, he was beating around the bush the whole time.
You're beating around the bush.
That I was asking these questions, by the way.
He don't want to answer these questions. These are, ma'am, he is nutted. He's finished with you. He probably wants to get rid of you. He's done with you. Best he could have done was give you a fistful of 20s and send you on your way, even book another hotel room. He's cooked. He's done. He don't want to have this conversation. This is a bad time to have a conversation like this, ladies. This is a horrible time to have this conversation. You should have had this conversation long time ago. Let's continue.
So I'm like, then why did you sleep with me?
Why did you sleep
with me? And he said,
me?
oh, it's just, giving me really half-ass answers, Like, oh, it's just,
Well, look at her. I would sleep with her too. I'm just telling you. I mean, I've slept with lings that look just like this. I mean, there's millions of lings that look just like this, but this is that was an easy come up.
I've known you for a while and I know you're very sweet and, you look nice. And then I asked him this question and I said, when was your last relationship?
Oh my God.
And he said 3 years ago.
Lies. They both lying.
So in my head,
what?
It's crazy that's why I feel so blindsided and backstabbed, because I asked these questions
after the fact
and they ended up being complete lies.
What did you expect? You asked after the fact. Then he lied to you because, well, he didn't want to hurt your widow feelings. And now you're saying he lied. Ma'am, this is all her fault, bro. This is all her fault. Everybody believes this. I'm not the only one that believes this. She made a mistake. She miscalculated. She tried to use sex as a weapon or leverage, and she got. I mean, that a lot of women.
Gotcha, bitch.
A lot of women get got. You supposed to ask that beforehand, not after the fact. Now you jumping up on here trying to play the victim. No, man, it don't work that way. You're a mature adult, even though your brain still ain't developed. This is you.
So when I really felt blindsided and backstabbed by all the information that was coming out, I really was, because I asked those 2 questions, like if he was in a relationship or like when his last relationship was, and if he sleeps around, and he told me no, and 3 years ago. And after that, I went on about my day, and then I ended up running into someone I'm very close with, and they offered me to stay in their hotel room.
Okay, was it another man? And why were you? See, here's the problem with this. You ran into another person within few hours that offered you to stay in their room when you couldn't find a room, and the only room you could find was to be with this guy. But you managed to find another room. Was it another man? Was it a woman? You just hopping in rooms? See, bruh. So you went with another dude. Did he fuck you too? I'm pretty sure he smashed them skins too. Can I ask you that? Did he hit too? Because if he hit, this whole conversation is over. This whole conversation is over. You tried to get a relationship with him and you took the most famous guy to give you the room and you went and you were managed to find another room that fast. I don't want to hear this bullshit. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Because I didn't feel comfortable sleeping in mine. So I ended up sleeping at my friend's hotel room for the next 2 nights. And you guys can even tell, you guys can even see on Twitter, if you guys look at my Evo outfits, the first outfit is in a very different hotel room than the other two. And that's because I ended up moving to another hotel.
So what?
The first one is in the one that I'm with Sykkuno. And I ended up sleeping in the hotel that me and Sykkuno had on the last night because he ended up checking out early and sleeping at his house.
So you went back to Sykkuno's room. So you were still in contact with him while you were distancing yourself and staying safe away with the next man and probably smashing for 2 days. I'm just going to guarantee you he hit too. Then you went back to his room because he checked out early and went back to his home with his girlfriend. You slayed back. Man, what? What? You went back. Did he fuck you the next time before he checked out? Let's ask these questions, bro. Somebody says she's selling box. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I mess with Korean girls like this. They hop around, especially when they on Las Vegas. They do hop around. So it's, man, my goodness.
So that was the only time I saw him.
We
ran into each other a couple of more times at Evo, but we didn't really say anything, and he didn't really want to talk about what happened.
Why would he talk about what's happening?
And then I struggled with this for a while, and I had someone in my life be there for me and kind of try to
pick up the emotional baggage,
help me through this.
A man.
And my dumbass
you're right about that.
Tried talking about it with Sykkuno later, trying to like understand what happened because it's not something I'm used to.
She coming back weeks later. She coming back week later. Hey, remember that time we were in the hotel room and you nutted in me? Sykkuno's like, oh my Lord. I got a stage 5 clinger. You think he wants to talk about this? You think he wants to talk about this in the DMs on WhatsApp? You think he wants to rehash this shit? He was just nutting. He just wanted a nut. He don't want to answer any more questions. That nut been gone already. She trying to spin the block. Hey, remember when we fucked last time? I want to know if he already has sex with 3 other women already by this point. And what she's trying to say is she went back to get a relationship from him. Hey, remember when we slept together? I don't sleep around like that. I want more of it. But if you can give me a relationship, it's water under the bridge. But if I don't get a relationship, I'm going public. This is nothing but blackmail at this point.
And he pretty much beat around the bush the whole time. And then he would say things like, "Oh, I'm confused. I just wanted to know what you felt about that." And I said, "No, I want to know what you felt about this because I already told you how I felt." And
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he said he was sorry that he made me. He was sorry that he gave me that impression, and that he would want to reconcile. And me being the dumbass I am, I still wanted to be friends with him.
Exactly. Oh my God, bro, she answering her own questions here. So let's get it straight, because you left out, you lied by omission. You said something here. Let me show you this. This is where she's lying by omission. Right here.
Yeah, he said he was sorry that he made me. He was sorry that he gave me that impression.
There it is. He's sorry that he gave me that impression. So there's a conversation being had there that she thought she was going to get a relationship out of her. And he's like, I'm sorry if you had that impression. She left that part out. So that was a conversation. She was trying to leverage a relationship out of him. Can we continue? And even she says, I continued to be friends with him. Why? she's continuing to try to press a relationship out of him. That's what she's trying to get, and she didn't get it. Now she's jumping out here, right? She's jumping out here on the internet.
And that he would want to reconcile. And me being the dumbass I am, I still wanted to be friends with him.
Yeah, she still wanted to
for
hook.
some reason.
For some reason, he's famous.
So I did, and that's why we still played games. And then I ended up seeing him at TwitchCon at the Riot Party, and we actually talked in person for the first time since. And he actually brought that part up and said like he was sorry and stuff, and that he was sorry for giving me the impression. So I really thought he was,
what?
Honestly sorry, and I accepted it. And
okay,
I thought I was the only one.
Gentlemen, this is what we're calling. This is what's happening here. I thought I was the only one. I thought he didn't hook up with other girls. I thought I was special. I thought I was his special friend. All right. Where's the special friend clip? I thought I was the special friend. I thought my poon was special.
I just wanted to say thanks. I'm glad you came along, partner.
All right.
I want to sing a song.
I thought I was the only one you was having sex with.
Because you're my special friend.
Oh my Lord Jesus. Yo.
You're my special friend.
You're my special friend. You the only one in the world, baby. I'm a famous guy going to conference and Twitch streamers and Twitch conferences, but you the only one that I'm having intimacy with. Yo, you got to figure this out beforehand. How old is this woman? I would say 23. There's no excuse to be like this not. And she called herself a dumbass, so you can't fault me for that. She's a dumbass, man. She didn't know how to play the game. You played the game and still ended up on your back. Now ask yourself, who's the Mac? I mean, come on, man. We grown out here, man. And he a grown-ass man.
Because I literally straight up asked him if he sleeps around, and he said no.
He smashed again at the Twitch conference, just so y'all know. She leaving that part out. He definitely smashed again, but let's continue.
So, sorry, I thought I was the only one. Did I think we were going to be in a relationship? No.
Yes, you did.
I knew how much older he was than me.
What?
And
now she.
And I was like, why would he want to be in a relationship with someone much younger?
I mean, it's obvious. She cute, man. I like this little ling right here. You can, hey, come around my way. Come around my way. I'll make a relationship with this ling. All right, come on.
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right.
American people ain't kind of fuck.
Yeah, man, I got you, baby. I'll take care of that.
I like to get dominated.
But you're not gonna be the only one, just to let you know. There's gonna be many, many, many more lings than you. Let's continue.
So I didn't really think that, it was gonna go anywhere.
What?
So yeah, I just said I think it's fine. Like, we'll just reconcile as friends. And
oh man, I mean, this is sad. This is sad because I mean, look, I always tell men and women, you have to understand how men and women deal with intimacy and sex. Some men can blow it off. Some women can blow it off, pause. But a lot of women can't. They are in their head. They're wrestling and grappling with themselves. They're grappling with their public image, their persona. They're grappling with their reputation, especially when you're dealing with, particularly Asian women. And, it doesn't matter really. They're grappling with their reputation. We've seen a white woman do it, a black woman do it, and now an Asian woman do it. And they're in their own head, in their own psychosis, and you're over there minding your own business. It's in your past, but she's still wrestling with it. 1 day, 2 days of intimacy into the future. She has a connection. She also has a reputation. She also doesn't want to see you out here dating other women because that's what she probably looking at. And now she feels like you got to take advantage of. So this is definitely retroactively removing consent and playing the victim. The whole entire comment section knows this. Even the community post knows this. The reader's context, they can see what happens. She consented all the way through the act. Now, he did fail in the aftercare. I will tell you that. He failed in the aftercare. He also lied when he didn't need to lie. He also could have paid her ass off up front, and he wouldn't have had this problem because once you pay up front, she cannot come back and do this because if she does, I can say I paid her $500. Okay. So when dudes think tricking is bad, I'm like, tricking has a protection model to it. Because if she runs to the public and be like, well, he gave me $500 and then I dropped my panties, then she can't remove consent. She can't be like, I didn't know what was going to happen because she took the money. She took the money. She can't come out here and say she sold some pussy and then she thought she was getting a relationship. I literally, the money says that the relationship is over at the end of the act. All right. There should be no expectations after that. So that's a protection. And as a celebrity, I don't know why celebrities need to run game and do hookup culture like you broke niggas. He should be out here tricking. Right? He shouldn't have not be out here hooking up if he's so much famous. He should be out here buying pussy. He should be out here making sure he's protected with non-disclosure agreements and cash. Sign your name on a dotted line. The lights went out and Ling Ling started to grind. When you're famous, you can't play it like broke niggas. And I'm famous. All right, just to let y'all know, I cannot be out here recklessly throwing around dick like you broke niggas. All right, because bitches gonna come after me. I thought I was special, jumping on the internet talking shit about me, lying on my dick. All right, we can't do it like this, bro. I can't be moving like you bitch ass niggas out here.
It's an evil world we live in.
Sign this shit right here. Here's some cash, and then take this dick and shut the fuck up. All right, that's what. All right, and leave. And the relationship is over. I owe you nothing from this point on. Right? Are you good with this? Here, leave afterwards. That's the only way you can do it when you're infamous and notorious. Anyway, let me get to these comment sections. This is interesting. But who thinks, you know what? Let's do a poll before we get to the comment section right here. All right. Is she a victim in this case? I think she should be sued for fucking, anyway. She should be sued with this shit. But we can't sue her because she ain't got no money. We'll do a poll here. We'll see the level of bitch assness in my comment section. Somebody said this right here, and this is a good comment. It says, once you, and people don't get this, once you have a name and fame, you can't smash civilians. I mean, I don't see why people don't see that. And people are, I know y'all think I'm your homeboy and I'm some regular nigga. Trust me, bro. I got enough infamy, at least, and enough notoriety, at least, for a woman to drag my name across the internet. Right? Like, I got enough infamy and notoriety for a woman to jump up here and claim some shit. So I cannot be out here with you normal civilian niggas at a bar running game trying to prove I can pick up bitches. All right, I can't. I'm too notorious. All right. New world order. I'm too notorious. I'm a celebrity, nigga. Like, I can't be out here with regular civilian bitches trying to be at a bar in Las Vegas trying to prove I can mack a bitch down. All I could do is take a couple of fistful of 20s. I got to, and I gotta be like, look, bitch, I ain't trying to fumble my bag listening to your goof ass. All right, look, especially a woman in her 20s. Especially a woman in her 20s. I might be out here cold approaching bitches in their 20s while they out here filming me from the back at a goddamn day club, posting me on the internet. Look at this old nigga. I ain't got no, right? I ain't gonna be out here doing that shit. I don't know why y'all don't get it. But anyway, you ain't got to do it because you ain't notorious. All right. You a bitch ass civilian nigga too. Anyway. We got some super chats. The main event's coming up here. What do you think in that situation, man? We do have to maturely handle sex a lot better than we do. And we got to put people up on game. We don't teach people how to date. We certainly don't teach people how to hook up. And we don't teach men how to perform aftercare. We definitely encourage men to lie and try to finesse women out of poom poom. If you're a celebrity or a well-known person in your genre, you shouldn't be trying to finesse women out of sex. Okay. I don't think you should be doing that. If he's that famous, he shouldn't be finessing women out of sex. He can be really direct, mode one, tell him what he wants, and she needs to cooperate. And I'm of the opinion he probably tried to tell her and she didn't accept it, right? Because there's that. Some women will be like, well, wait till he gets a hold of this golden for JJ. This poom gonna be nice and tight and right. All right. And so she probably rolled the game against this poom was tight. And then he was like, roar. And he was like, get out. So she played that game. It's her fault. Shout out to our brother Preston says they do everything but leave. Facts. Take notes. They'll do everything but leave. They'll come back after the fact. They'll stalk you. They'll sit around. Like, if I had a woman, and I don't know, I can't phrase it like that because, we smash anything. But if a woman's uncomfortable, hit the door. You were able to find a hotel room relatively fast. The next night, you can find a hotel room. All right. I know it's late at night. Have some extra cash. Tell women to stop traveling broke. Be able to book a hotel room, especially in an emergency. All right. Shout out to our brother, Eric Scott. Shout out to you. Great Scott. Preston says they can see their they can see their closest shot to the top tier man. And you continue, says, do it all and then play the victim afterwards. She already knew what time it was. She begging to be lied to. And I agree. Having conversations at that point of the intimacy level is bad. But what you're saying is this was her closest shot to a top tier man, especially intimacy wise. I think men don't understand that the power dynamic between a top tier man, and I know men will say, some women will come up here and say, Coach, you're not a top tier guy. I get it. But when a woman's intimate with a man that is well known and seen and possibly has money, that's intoxicating the women to where her inhibitions seem to be lowered around this individual. And she's willing to do things swiftly with this individual before, like, other guys don't have to follow that. And so what they sometimes believe is that this will be a way for her to get in, as opposed to with a regular guy. It's not intoxicating. He has to prove himself. He has to wear a condom. He has to wait 30 days, a month, 90 days, a year. He has to prove himself. He has to pull out chairs. He has to do all these things in order for a regular guy to get her to sleep at a hotel on the first meetup. It would be impossible for him to call her up, and he's a regular civilian, and he calls her up. Hey, I booked the hotel room in Vegas. Come stay with me. She would have never done it. But because of his status, because of his potential notoriety, his wealth, his fame, his infamy, whatever you want to call it, she lowers her inhibitions, and then she tries to sneak her way into a relationship, assuming that he ain't fucking nobody else. Like, stop. Stop. That's all her fault. She gambled. She lost. Sometimes you gamble and you win. Sometimes you gamble and you lose. But to jump up here on the Al Gore internet and say you're a victim is bad. That's bad juju. You lost. It happens, ma'am. The guy here in the question here lives in Southern California. He's nationality American, but you can see from his profile that he's probably Korean American, all right, or Japanese. I would say Japanese is probably more of his background. I'm just guessing. I'm a lean professional, right? But I think he's Japanese. And looking at his profile, he's a Twitch streamer. He streams exclusively on YouTube for 2 years. He has 2.6 million subscribers. That for young people is definitely a celebrity. Social media and following definitely means a big deal at this level. He does look younger than his age, but people are saying he's 34 years old, right? Somebody says right here, statistically, and by others, I measure up as a top tier guy. Yeah, I mean, I know some niggas want to deny this, but it is the case. So you got to move accordingly. People do see you as definitely somebody that is in the upper tier. Now, that doesn't mean she may not be exposed to men higher than your tier, but she definitely was trying to leverage her pussy for the relationship. Somebody said this is the guy. Y'all cold. But yes, that's the guy who stole Punani. I know y'all might not think he all of that, but in the lean category, when it comes to leans and longs, I guess this guy got that energy. He got the swag. All right. And is this the woman in question here? All right. There's another one. I'm pretty sure this dude be filleting leans. He got status. This dude probably be folding leans up like a love letter. Okay, look. Ooh, wait. Let's get the music going. Hold on for a second. Let's kick that music. Yeah, that's a lean magnet right there. That's a lean magnet, bro. All right, I guarantee you, bro. When I was in Japan, was I in Japan? When I was in Japan, them girls was standing next to cardboard cutouts of leans that look like this, longs that look like that, and they were swooning. They were swooning. They was like, oh, them K-pop niggas, they were swooning over longs like this. And I was looking like, what? Not very masculine, right? The masculinity is an issue in Asia, all right? There's not many masculine men in Asia, all right? So they're almost all sword. But this long right here, this is a lean magnet, all right? You know, you might think they like big muscled up niggas, all right, in the Asia. They don't, especially in Japan and Korea, all right? Being tall and muscular is not a big deal, all right? They don't need that, all right? But shout out to them right here, all right? Anyway, this is crazy work here. I'm speaking to leans and longs.
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right, shout out to them.
American people ain't kind of fuck. What kind of fuck you give me?
All right. But yeah, this is a lean magnet right here. All right. Anyway, who's playing this music? All right. Anyway, this music needs to stop back in the background here. But that's the guy who finessed this woman out of her peace leave.
The world only moves for those who take control and force it to respect them. If you're not building, you're declining. If you're not growing, you're shrinking. If you're not winning, you're losing. Every man has two choices. Be the hunter or be the hunted. Be the man who writes the checks or the one who waits for payday. Success is not given, it's taken. Wealth is not stumbled upon, it's built brick by brick with discipline and vision. The time for waiting is over. The time for hoping is gone. Now is the time to move, to build, to dominate. A man without money is a man without options. He settles for scraps instead of commanding the feast. The weak begin, the strong take, the poor complain, the rich strategize. The ones who hesitate get left behind. The ones who act become legends.